You're cruising down the highway just before sunset, the sky painted in gold and fading blue. The road feels endless, smooth, almost effortless. Then your eyes drift to the fuel gauge. The needle has slipped lower than you expected. The next gas station is still miles away. You ease off the throttle, almost instinctively, as if gentler pressure might somehow stretch the remaining fuel. In that quiet moment, a question surfaces. Where does all that fuel actually go? Every press of the accelerator turns liquid energy into motion, heat, sound, vibration. Some of it moves you forward. Much of it disappears into invisible battles against physics. Today, we're stepping inside that hidden world, into the science of fuel efficiency and how you can shape it with the way you drive and care for your car. If you enjoy immersive deep dives into how cars really work, consider subscribing. Now let's explore what's happening every time that needle drops. At its core, fuel efficiency is about how effectively your car converts gasoline into forward motion. When fuel burns inside the engine, it releases energy that pushes pistons, spins a crankshaft, and ultimately turns the wheels. But no engine is perfectly efficient. A significant portion of that energy becomes heat, lost through the exhaust and cooling system. Another portion fights internal friction between moving parts. By the time power reaches the road, only a fraction of the fuel's original energy is actually propelling you forward. The rest is spent overcoming resistance, air pushing against the car's body, tires pressing against asphalt, gears transferring torque. Fuel efficiency isn't just about how much gas you use, it's about how much of that gas is translated into useful work. The better your car manages these losses, the farther you travel on every gallon. Modern engines are masters of precision. They carefully control the mixture of air and fuel entering each cylinder, aiming for a ratio that produces clean, efficient combustion. Too much fuel wastes energy. Too little reduces power. Sensors constantly measure airflow, oxygen levels, and engine temperature, adjusting the injection of fuel thousands of times per minute. Variable valve timing systems fine-tune how the engine breathes, improving efficiency at both low and high speeds. Even the transmission plays a role, selecting gear ratios that keep the engine operating in its most efficient range. When everything is working in harmony, the engine becomes a balanced system, strong when needed, restrained when possible. But that harmony depends not only on engineering, but also on maintenance and driving habits. As speed increases, a silent force grows stronger: aerodynamic drag. Air may feel light and intangible, but at highway speeds, it becomes a wall your car must push through. The faster you go, the harder that wall pushes back, demanding more fuel to maintain momentum. That's why a vehicle that feels relaxed at 50 miles per hour may drink significantly more fuel at 75. Engineers sculpt modern cars with smooth curves, sealed underbodies, and carefully shaped mirrors to slice through the air more cleanly. Even small design tweaks can reduce turbulence and improve efficiency. For drivers, the lesson is simple but powerful. Speed matters. Maintaining steady, moderate speeds reduces the energy spent battling wind resistance, turning the open road into an ally instead of an opponent. Every extra pound in your vehicle requires energy to move. Whether it's a trunk full of unused gear or roof racks cutting through the air, added weight and drag quietly erode efficiency. When you accelerate, your engine must work harder to overcome inertia, converting more fuel into the force required to move mass. Over time, even small increases add up. That's why automakers invest in lightweight materials like aluminum and high-strength steel to reduce weight without sacrificing safety. For drivers, trimming unnecessary cargo and removing external attachments when they're not in use can make a measurable difference. Fuel efficiency isn't only about what's under the hood, it's also about the burden your car carries every mile. Driving style may be the most immediate influence on fuel consumption. Aggressive acceleration demands a surge of fuel to produce rapid power. Hard braking wastes the momentum you just paid for in gasoline. Smooth, gradual inputs allow the engine to operate more efficiently, conserving energy instead of squandering it. Anticipating traffic flow, coasting toward red lights, and maintaining consistent speeds reduce the need for sudden bursts of throttle. It's not about driving slowly, it's about driving deliberately. Each controlled movement becomes a small act of efficiency, turning everyday commuting into a mindful practice. Over weeks and months, these habits translate into fewer stops at the pump and a quieter relationship with your fuel gauge. Even the most advanced engineering cannot compensate for neglect. Underinflated tires increase rolling resistance, forcing the engine to work harder just to maintain speed. Dirty air filters restrict airflow, disrupting the precise balance of combustion. Worn spark plugs can lead to incomplete fuel burn, reducing efficiency and performance. Regular oil changes reduce internal friction, allowing moving parts to glide rather than grind. Maintenance isn't glamorous, but it preserves the conditions that engineers designed for optimal efficiency. When your car is healthy, it operates closer to its intended potential, transforming fuel into motion with greater precision and less waste. Fuel efficiency today is no longer confined to traditional gasoline engines. Hybrid systems capture energy normally lost during braking and store it in batteries for later use. Start-stop technology shuts the engine off at traffic lights, eliminating unnecessary fuel burn. Advanced driver assistance systems can even optimize throttle inputs for smoother acceleration. These technologies reflect a broader shift in automotive thinking. Energy should be conserved wherever possible. Each innovation builds upon the same principle: waste less, move more. The car becomes not just a machine of speed, but a system of intelligent resource management. When you glance at your fuel gauge now, it represents more than distance remaining. It reflects countless decisions: how you drive, how you maintain your vehicle, how fast you choose to travel. Fuel efficiency is a conversation between physics and intention, between engineering and human behavior. The road will always demand energy, but how wisely that energy is used is partly in your hands. And perhaps that's the quiet beauty of it. Every mile becomes an opportunity to move not just forward, but smarter. If this perspective changed the way you think about fuel and motion, share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more immersive explorations into the engineering behind everyday driving, make sure to like and subscribe, because sometimes the most powerful performance upgrade isn't under the hood. It's understanding how the whole machine truly works.